Hey guys, it's Sah-gee here. I make music and art. Join me on my adventure. Real quick before we get started, if you wouldn't mind hitting the bell to get the notifications and also hitting the like, it would really help out this channel. Thank you. Modern times are very busy, so sometimes we don't appreciate little things. But I'm not going to give you a little thing. I'm going to give you 5 big things. 5 pieces of art. I wanted to exercise my curation skills. So I'm starting a series called Art Appreciation for about 3 minutes apiece. Let's get started. The first one is a haunting image of a girl and a man. They're sitting outside what seems to be a house with fog in the background. What I admire about this is the abstract quality, the shapes that it makes. It celebrates the fact that it's a 2D medium. I find that in illustration circles that things are sometimes preferred to be 3D. This definitely respects 3D in a sense that it's not 3-dimensionally wrong, but it appreciates the 2D element, the clear lines. Each form has clear lines that lead to one and another. The man's coat is very, but also I like to appreciate the story side of this image. Sometimes I feel like people forget that art is an expression. This reminds me of that Anne Frank movie, Interview with the Vampire. A man turns a girl into a vampire, and she ages for years and years and never becomes a full-sized woman. Or that's from what I remember the movie. The eyes are very snake-like, like it's longing for what's behind the picture. It pops out the picture. And because it does so much, it's almost self-aware that it's a picture. If you look into the eyes for so long, everything else seems to blend. And all you see is a beautiful monster. A beautiful monster that longs for something that's inside of you, straight through your eyes. Very piercing. And under this monster is rips of abstraction, which I interpret as and for the next image, I don't think this is the actual original image, but it works. It seemed like a digital edit, but let's work with what we have. I've been digging these off-white colors. It's very easy on the eyes, very soft. It's like a tan. The image is of a woman looking down upon a moon. One hand holds the moon, and one hand holds a cross that's upside down. I'm not sure if it's her hand or another. In fact, I'm not sure if the hand is deformed or not. It seems to be under the coat. In fact, this almost looks like a collage. It looks like a collage because the hands don't necessarily match the head. Usually when I see an image like this, I think of Nyx, the god of night. a lot of Christian symbols around. The strands of hair go straight down into this redness. And her looking down at the moon with her hair dripping down almost gives a sense of sadness. And it's a very sad expression on her face. Compositionally speaking, the woman's a triangle on the left side of the page. And what seems to be pyramids at the bottom half of the page are facing up, almost as if her form is pushing you down and the pyramids bring you back up. And if the hair takes you down too far, the skull and flowers in the foreground pull you back up into the pyramids. The pyramids take you to the moon, and circles captivate your attention until you see who's holding the circle again to repeat the cycle. Okay, next image. This image is of a woman nude and welcoming a bat. I wanted to have a common theme between all of these images, and somehow all the characters happen to be women. Besides the first one, there's one character that was a male. Something about these images spoke to me together. The lady sits nude in front of a hard light, almost as if it's a 1960s horror film. The image shows her in absolute worship of a creature, or either welcome, but the shadow behind her implies that she might be a monster herself. With the context of this, of the shadow, one might think this is a seductress. One might think this person could be a witch, or with the beads, and the face looks very sinister. There's nothing in the middle right half, so your attention rarely goes there, but it's good to give a little space to these subject matters. The main thing that ties everything together compositionally is the relationship between the bat and the woman staring at each other, and the bat's, the background. Her arm shadows reinforce this connection. Let's try another one. Another image of girls and a moon. A pair. Seems to be a twin pair. Again, I really like images that celebrates the fact that it's a 2D image with very clear shapes. I like when the faces jump out at you. One looks off into the distance, another one looks at you. The girl that looks out into the distance, her attention captivates you to make you want to look out too. But as soon as you do, your mind is intercepted by the moon, which is made very softly and very crisply at the same time. The moon draws you back to the girl, but it doesn't draw you to her eyes. It draws you to her arm. And her arms, and her hands, and her relationship with what seems to be a sister of some sort, some kind of relation. She cares for this girl, nurturing to this girl. A girl that has a scorned look on her face. Or she could have a sinister, welcoming face. The first one has a very sinister look. The one above has a very sinister, playful look. Or maybe truly innocent. I love how flowery this image is. And I like the contrast. Let's move on to the next image. My favorite images to look at are these mythological images. This reminds me of that story of the nymphs. I don't know the context of the story, but next time I'll have the story itself. Well, let's make the story up right now together. So far we have women with harps in their hands, reaching out to the sea, looking upon the sunset. The winds crash. The waves crash against the rocks that they lay on. The image of nude females, sometimes in these older pictures, makes me a little bit cautious. I feel like pleasure has been used as a cautionary tale. It could point to hedonism, the idea of hedonism. Some of these ladies' legs are very peculiar. Their legs wrap around these rocks. So I guess this is a depiction of mermaids. The woman on top offers a piece of something to the sea, right above the sun. All of them long for that same thing. All of them have something that's admirable. Whether it be beauty, music, or whatever that thing is that she's carrying, that she's offering. Something to be attracted to. Compositionally speaking, the hand is a focal point. It captivates all your attention, even though it is the lightest side of the image. It's not that heavy. It gets heavy in the middle. Because it's so light, it captivates your attention and brings you down to the sun, like another circle. And what circles do, they make your eyes trace around it perfectly until you reach the leg. And inside the leg, your eyes goes up it into what seems to be a skull in her lap. This woman is, I think it's trickery. They're trying to trick sailors into these rocks, either out of entertainment or necessity for food. I like that this curation all played on the theme of women, femininity, and weather, climate. It's very mysterious curation. And I'll leave it at that. Thanks, guys, for watching. I appreciate you guys appreciating this art with me. And hope to see you next time. Wow, you haven't subscribed yet? Cringe. Couldn't be me. Hit the bell, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you again.